Bears still not at 100%. No L.J. Cryer for the game this evening.
Yeah, and it just seems to kind of stop and start. He's missed the last game. He and Adam Flagler were both out, but we're hoping that it's just a one-game thing, and he'll be back on the floor against Iowa State on Saturday. But, John, this is a tough game. I mean, Nicholls is a two-time Southland Conference regular season champ, and they play like champions and expect to win this game.
Yeah, Scott Drew said earlier today, you want to schedule a game coming back from Christmas. There's a blocking foul. We'll put Flo Thamba at the line. You want to play a game after the Christmas break before you start Big 12 play. Just not sure these are the guys you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that is accustomed to winning and winning championships. Went to the NIT last year for the first time in the history of the program. Their goals this year, their goal is to get to the NCAA tournament. And right now, this is the team, I think, to play through to win the Southland Conference Championship. Just really interesting how teams that have won championships, and these two have, Baylor, a piece of, well, regular season champ a couple years ago, co-champ last year, you just develop a different mentality. I mean, it's you're playing at a championship level. You know that. You're expected to. You get everybody else's best shot.
Maybe a lane violation. Apparently it is. It'll wipe out that second made free throw by Thamba. So a 1-0 Baylor lead. Off and running here in the Farrell Center tonight. Happy holidays again to everyone that is with us this evening. Here are the starters for Nicholls. Caleb Huffman, Pierre Spencer, Latrell Jones, Mark Nelson, and Manny Littles are the five. Two starters back from that team that won 21 games a year ago, went 11-3 in the Southland Conference. Nice steal by Jalen Bridges on the baseline. Pushes the ball up the floor. Keyonte George floater. Left it short. Fight for the rebound. Still scrambling for that ball. Still scrambling. And finally it's tied up. I tell you, alternate possession arrow favors Nicholls. They had to work for that ball.
They did. And I thought at some point Flo Thamba was just going to get on the floor. The coaches talk a lot about get horizontal. Every 50-50 ball ought to belong to Baylor, from their perspective anyway. It was up for grabs, and Thamba thought he could just sort of wrestle it away. Couldn't do it, but the Bears are able to set their full court zone defense. And this isn't just for token pressure, John. This has really become a part of Baylor's defense. A really good look to try to defend the inbound pass, and then they back off a little bit. But they're going to go with that pressure pretty much every dead ball.
There's Pierce Spencer with the ball on the perimeter. He's the guy that was on the floor trying to get that loose ball. Ball knocked away and stolen. Bears have steals on Nicholls' first two possessions. Flagler, a runner. How in the world did he do it, but he got the ball up there and put it in.
You know, this team really is aggressive on the defensive end. I mean, they force 19 turnovers a game, so they're scratching and clawing, and Adam Flagler had to be really strong with the basketball. Number one, he had to maintain his balance, but get in the lane, take the pressure, and finish at the rim. 6'3", 185, he can do that.
Nicholls inbounds the ball. Trailing 3-0 to the Bears. The foul was on Flo Thamba, his first of the night. First team foul on the Bears. Open in the corner, didn't take the shot. Passes underneath. Banker too strong by Latrell Jones, or I'm sorry, by Marique Nelson. And the rebound by Flo Thamba.
Nicholls is really a perimeter-dominated team. Their three leading scorers, all 6'5", 180. Another three by Flagler. He's feeling it.
Man, looking good.
Yeah.
Great start by Flagler. He's got 4, and the Bears lead at 6-0.
You know, and when he comes out with that mentality, he's looking to shoot the ball. Great passer, 5 assists a ball game. But when he's really looking to score, you almost can't stop him.
And he's got 5. That was a three-pointer. So Flagler heating up very early to start this game. Leaner, right side, no good. Keyonte George, the rebound for the Bears. Up the floor, Dale Bonner making his 5th start this season for Baylor. Bonner in place of Cryer, who is not available tonight. Offensive rebound on the backside by Bridges. Gives it outside now to Flagler.
Yeah, Bonner turned down a shot. That's a great example of just the way he plays. It's good shot, better shot, best shot. Had a decent look, but felt like Flagler's was better.
Keyonte George from way downtown. Missed the shot, left it just short. There's Latrell Jones, the rebound, the run out. He'll take it all the way for the first 2 of the night for the Colonels.
Yeah, we said before the game, incredibly athletic. That time he was being guarded by Flagler. Flagler didn't want to foul him, and I think Jones knew that, and he was going all the way to the rim.
There's ball up 6-2. Just getting going first half here in the Farrell Center. Give to Bridges. Corner to Bonner. 3 off the mark. Rebound, another run out. Here is Caleb Huffman all the way, and he is fouled as he goes to the rack. First foul on Baylor's Adam Flagler. Austin Clunch is the head coach for Nicholls. Second youngest coach in Division I at 33 years old. His 5th season at Nicholls. He went 3 years in there, Pat, as the youngest coach in Division I college basketball.
You know, and he's accomplished a lot at 33 years of age in the coaching business. Again, back-to-back Southland Conference championships for this team. First NIT appearance a year ago ever. And as we said a minute ago, I think the battle cry for this team is NCAA tournament. And this is a team, John, that had Texas Tech on the ropes in Lubbock earlier this season, had them down 11 with 9 minutes to play. Lost at the buzzer to Mississippi State. So it's a team that can compete at that level, just a couple of dribbles away in both of those games.
Not shy about playing Power 5 teams. Free throw is missed, but the loose ball chased down by Caleb Huffman. Baseline jumper no good. Josh Ojanwuna gets the rebound. Ojanwuna on for Flo Thamba. Keyonte George to the bench also, as Langston Love is on. There's Flagler again firing a 3. This one no good. And finding his teammate for the rebound, Pierce Spencer travels with it. So turnover, the Bears have the ball back.
You know, you get a really good look, John, at just how deep the Bears are at the guard spot. You bring Langston Love in, and there is the missed shot. And I don't think, who was that? I guess Pierce.
Right.
Yeah, knew that the guy who was fighting for the ball was his teammate.
That's his teammate.
And a pretty clear walk.
That's true. He wasn't going to let anybody get that ball, whether he's wearing the red or wearing the white. Bears leading 6-3, but they've missed their last 5 shots from the floor. Four minutes in, first half. Step back, 16-footer, left side, no good. Rebound, Bridges. Really athletic. He proves that so many different ways with this Baylor team.
Yeah, Flagler cut off nicely by Spencer that time. Del Bonner again just trying to play his role. He's really not looking for a shot unless he can penetrate and kick it to Love as he does right there. Nice play.
Wow.
I mean, that's what Bonner's out there to do, John. He's a pass guy first and a shot guy second. That time just pinned his ears back, tried to get it into the lane to get a paint touch and to get his teammate, that case, Love, open. First assist of the game for Bonner.
Beautiful assist. Love averages 6.8 points per game. His first points tonight for a 9-3 Baylor lead. On the perimeter, wide open, maybe 2 wide open. Micah Thomas misses the 3. 6-foot junior from Oklahoma City. Up the floor in a hurry, saved inbounds to Baylor's benefit. And Flagler knocks down the triple. He's got 8 in the first half. Timeout, Nicholls.
And give Ojanwuna the assist on that. Picked up the loose off the floor, because we're able to get a little bit behind the scenes. And it's just phenomenal, the culture that he's created and the team that he's created. And in this game, John, a couple of big stats. Nicholls State thrives on steals and points off turnovers, averaging 21 points off turnovers a game, averaging almost 11 steals a game. The Bears have yet to turn it over. And when Nicholls can't turn you over, they're going to have a hard time scoring.
It is Nicholls' ball out of the timeout. Baylor up 12-3. Baylor shooting well from beyond the arc so far in this game tonight. They're 3 of 7 on 3-pointers. Josh Ojanwuna, the rebound for the Bears. And done so far. Keyonte George all the way to the rim. Lost the handle, got it back, put it up, and he is fouled. Keyonte George will go to the free throw line. Now we see Caleb Lohner on the floor for the first time tonight. Caleb out of Flower Mound, Texas, the transfer from BYU.
Yeah, and another guy that's a role player on this team. He's played it really well. You see George's ability to get the ball to the hole and draw contact and really just to stay with it He's taken more free throw attempts than any other Baylor player. He'll get a couple here. But just the ability to create any shot he wants, anytime he wants it, and to draw contact so that if what he ends up with on that last play, we saw a good example, is not exactly what he wants, he's still going to find a way to score. First free throw goes for him.
That was on Ryan Maxwell, his first. Second free throw for George is good. A couple of them there. He's been a good free throw shooter this year. Tops on the Baylor team at 82%, fifth best in the Big 12 Conference.
Yeah, he's also the third leading rebounder on this team. And if Baylor's going to play three guards, and they will, predominantly this year, you've got to rebound from the guard spot. And both Flagler and George have done a good job of that.
Nice underhand scoop pass from Latrell Jones to Mekhi Collins, who gets the bucket in. Collins is sophomore from Cedar Hill.
Yeah, you can tell Jones is the rudder of the ship. I mean, he's going to touch the ball every possession multiple times. Good example of that. I mean, this athletic, active, disruptive, at times deflected a pass to the wing, a Baylor pass just to get into its offense. And after the bucket at the other end, or the pass, was able to get the ball back for his team on the defensive end.
Kai Thomas into the front court for the Colonels. On the baseline, tough shot. Turnaround jumper is good by, there he is, Latrell Jones.
Yeah, he's going to take all the shots he wants tonight. He's the guy that's going to give him a chance if they're going to have one in this game.
Jones out of New Orleans, transfer from Portland. A lot of transfers on this team, and we mentioned a lot of older guys. There's Jones at the other end, snowbirding, gets the dunk, and just like that, it's 14-7.
Yeah, and you know, he was drifting out, I think, even before that play was concluded. And you feel like Baylor ought to have been almost 5-on-4 that last offensive possession. But Nicholls making a little run.
Yeah, 6-0 run over the last 50 seconds. A foul on Ryan Maxwell, and that is his second. 7 players on the Nicholls roster. This is their third stop in college. 3 of those, their fourth stop. So some of those guys well-traveled, but Pat, no freshmen, as we mentioned, on their roster. And some veteran guys who have been around and really done a lot of winning. 39 wins the last 2 years for Nicholls.
Yeah, and, you know, in the transfer portal, you can get old in a hurry.
Yeah.
And it's really what they've done. They started 3 fifth-year guys, a grad student, and a junior. That was a starting 5 for Nicholls. And for a number of those guys, again, this is their chance to win a third SLC championship in a row. So you want to get old, you want to get more physical. There is a big difference between a 22-year-old guy and an 18 or a 19-year-old guy at the college level.
Couple of free throws by Josh Ojanwuna. Ups the lead to 16-9 for the Bears. Number 15 tonight is Lance Amir Paul. Normally wears number 25, or at least one roster we had him wearing number 25. All you need to know is that, or is Lance Amir Paul.
At the other end, John with a couple of free throws, John. He's a guy that is more skilled than you would think a guy who's only in his 4th year playing organized basketball would be. Big bucket by George.
Wow. Keyonte George can line it up from any range. Knocks down that triple.
And Bonner again happy to be an assist guy. That's his second assist of the ball game. He's looking to distribute it to Flagler and to, in that case, George.
19-9 is the Baylor lead. Runner in the paint. Shot is up and good by Amir Paul. Junior out of Kingston, Jamaica. Is at 19-11.
We talk about Ojanwuna again, just the progression that he's made, even in the last month. His ability to just anticipate better, understand the game a little bit better. I mean, he's got all the skills. He's just trying to get some experience.
Going to call a moving screen there on Josh Ojanwuna. Keyonte George, Pat, gives the Bears a 10-point lead.
Yeah, boards, academic scheduling, all of that stuff. And then ultimately worked his way to the assistant's position at Nicholls and then moved up when the prior coach moved on. And he has been outstanding. You could say his record speaks for itself.
First with Richie Riley, then succeeded him, now in his 5th season at Nicholls. Drive to the bucket. Nice drive. Good ball movement there. And the lay-in is good to make it a 6-point gain. Caleb Huffman with the bucket, as Nicholls has hit their last 5 shots from the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team at the perimeter that can really put not only defensive pressure on you, but offensive as well. Another 3 by George. That's back-to-back. Talk about a guy that can score in bunches. George can do it. Now he has 8 in the game.
Baylor is 5 of 9 shooting 3-pointers here in the first half. And Nicholls comes right back. Boy, they are, in that case at least, beating the Bears back down the floor. Huffman the bucket. 22-15, the Baylor lead. Here's George, drive, banker, good by Keyonte George.
You know, that is so hard to do what he just did. And not only did he accept the contact, he went looking for it. May have avoided a push-away call, but looked for contact, got it, and then finished off balance, off the glass. That is his, 8th point in a row. He's got 10 in the game.
Keyonte George, freshman for the Bears. Big 12 preseason freshman of the year.
You know, I really have been so impressed with him. Knew that he could score in a hurry. But his willingness to share the ball, his willingness to play defense, all of those things you don't necessarily expect from a guy that's played at that high a profile at the high school level, but he's been outstanding.
Yeah. You think about him as a shooter, you know, volume shooter, but man, he works hard on the defensive end.
He does.
He loves an assist as much as he does a made basket. He's been very, very impressive.
You know, he's a great passer, and I heard a coach say recently that great passers also tend to be great defenders because they anticipate so well. And I think that's been the case with George. He's a better than what we expected defender to be.
Nice pass, Flagler underneath to Lohner. He goes for the dunk, and he is fouled. That was a beautiful pass by Adam Flagler.
Yeah, and Baylor has 7 made buckets in the ball game. Each of those 7 has been assisted. That's a really good play. Watch Flagler right down to the baseline. That's a quick pass. Nicholls a little bit flat-footed. Maybe they felt like Baylor was just trying to get level set offensively. And Flagler whizzed it past a couple of Nicholls guys. And Lohner ends up at the free throw line.
They're averaging 5.9 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per contest.
A first miss at the free throw line for Baylor. That's 5 of 6 now. Lohner's another guy who just completely embraced his role, knows that he's not going to score a ton of points. Missed the second free throw.
Missed them both. Flo Thamba just back out there, gets the rebound. Drive in by George, shot no good. Lohner missed on the putback. So the Bears had plenty of opportunities there and came away with no points, including 2 missed free throws. The first 2 misses at the line tonight.
You know, that's what they do well. They blew the assist. But each of those guards, they're big guys. They're 6'4", 185, and they've got the ability to turn the corner on you. That's really what they're looking to do. They're not a 3-oriented team. They want the ball in the lane and let those big guards play.
Eric Nelson knocks that ball out of bounds for Nicholls. There's Caleb Huffman. Huffman has 5. Terrell Jones has 6. Top 2 scorers for the Colonels. Program that has never beaten a ranked opponent. 0-25 all time. 0-13 against Big 12 schools all time, which means scary.
Scary is right. Tough shot. Well, John, we talked about how close they were to getting their first Big 12 win in Lubbock against Texas Tech. Up by 11 with 9 minutes to play, and you know how difficult a place it is to win as far as Big 12 opponents in Lubbock. Another tough play. You've seen guards, particularly George and Flagler, the ability to just create shots and take tough shots at the rim that either go or, if not, they get fouled and work their way to the free throw line. Bears have been to the line a lot. It's free throw number 8. Flagler will take number 9 here.
Good free throw shooter. Good shooter all the way around. 87.5% at the line. Missed that one. Going for the rebound. Out of bounds. Nice touch by Merrick Nelson. Flagler would be top 2 or 3 in the conference in free throw shooting if he had enough attempts to qualify.
Yeah, missed a couple of games, and that hurt him. But you know a guy's a good free throw shooter when he is utterly disgusted with himself when he misses one. He hasn't done that much.
Bounce to Flagler. 15 on the shot clock, 9 on the game clock, first half. Baylor leading by 10 over Nicholls. George will pop a 3 and nail it.
You know, when he gets like that, you got to put 2 guys on him, or you got to just keep the ball away from him, because when he touches it, he is a danger to score. That's 13 points, and he got each of those 13 in a hurry.
Smooth as silk for Keyonte George. Nice block by Bridges. Didn't take the fake either way, and ended up blocking the shot out of bounds.
Yeah, it's just kind of an afterthought here. Looking there, nobody. I'll just shoot this thing. And just smooth as silk. That's his third 3 of the half.
Wow. 13 points, as you said. The lead all scores. Bears lead it by 13. Deep inbounds pass comes to Caleb Huffman. Bounce pass, ball knocked around. Flagler fighting for it. Shot up and in. Give credit to Manny Littles. He stayed after that and gets the bucket.
Yeah, and Littles at about 6'8" had Flagler posted up in the low post. Now Adams big and thick. He can avoid getting pushed around, but he's not going to be able to defend a guy at that length. And Nicholls really went to him.
Bridges firing from three-point range, left wing. It is no good. The ball lost out of bounds. Last touched by Baylor. Ball goes over to Nicholls. Bears lead by 11. Just under 8.
He makes love it. Yeah, just love it. He's willing to work. He comes to work every day. Practices hard. So he's been, even John, I think, better than advertised.
Yeah, I agree.
New big numbers coming in, but I didn't think we really expected to see such a complete game from such a young guy.
Yeah, team first attitude, which is really, really good to see from Keyonte George. Nicholls ball coming out of the timeout. Three-pointer right side. That is good. Splashed by Latrell Jones.
Yeah, and their game really is more inside the three-point line, but those guys are capable. I mean, you look at this stat. Baylor has been outscored in the paint 14-2 by Nicholls.
Wow.
Because they want the ball at the rim off dribble penetration.
First 3 of the night made by Nicholls. That last trip down cuts the Baylor lead to 8. 7.5 minutes on the clock, first half.
You know, they list Flagler at 6'3", 185. I don't think he's ever been a 195. This guy's built like an outside linebacker.
Pass low post to Thamba. Tried to get him it back to George. Pass is stolen away. Off to the races, and a charge is drawn by Adam Flagler. The charge by Latrell Jones.
Unbelievable. I mean, that is so hard to do. Adam Flagler, you watch, this guy can run. I mean, Jones is going full speed ahead and really wasn't completely out of control, trying to make a move on Flagler. Flagler, the lone defender against maybe the fastest guy on the floor, was able to stay above the semicircle, take the punishment, and go down. Sell the play to the official. Bears get it back.
Really impressive play there. Bears have the ball back. The lead is 8 for Baylor. Bonner stops at the free throw line. Shot short, front iron. Here comes Caleb Huffman all the way, and he lays it in for 2 more in the paint.
And you see, again, just how fast these guys are. We talked about the athleticism of their guards. They're all 6'4", 180, 185, and they can run. And just by their ability to go from one end of the floor to the other, been able to scratch their way back into this game. Been down by as many as 11. Now it's a 6-point deficit with 6:37 to go in the half. Game very manageable for them by halftime.
See Adam Flagler there. He's got 9 in the first half for the Bears. Baylor's leading scorer on the season. Has missed 2 of the last 3 games for the Bears with illness. Really noticed it when Flagler was out. You know, he's become such a distributor of the ball and a scorer. His absence is really felt.
Yeah, and I noticed, John, the game that I think it was Washington State, he wasn't 100%. Played a game, came back after that one, missed a game, and you could just tell he wasn't feeling well. Nice shot by Love.
Langston Love keeps control of the ball, gets The leaner to fall puts Baylor up by 8. So Baylor hustling back defensively and forced the turnover.
Another good look at just yet another high-quality guard for the Bears. Langston Love has played most of the season with a knee brace on. About 3 games ago, took it off, and things changed pretty dramatically for him. He's been great ever since.
Smooth-looking shot there by Adam Flagler. Gets him to 12 in the first half. The lead is back to 11 for the Bears.
Yeah, George and Flagler are a combined 8 of 15 from a 3-point line.
Micah Thomas strong to the rack for the left-hand lay-in. Just took it right at the Baylor defense.
You know, that guy's normally a passer. Good play by him. Another really good guard with just jets to work on. 24th in the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio is Thomas.
Langston Love open for a 3, and he knocks it down.
You know, and Austin Clance, the Nicholls coach, is going, well, what do we do with that? I mean, you've got Love hitting him, you got Flagler hitting him, you got George hitting them, and Baylor in the first half is 8 of 13 from a 3-point line.
Wow. 12-point lead for the Bears. Keyonte George goes down hard, hops back up, although he's limping. Keyonte George is limping out there. Now Flo Thomba's going to be whistled for the foul of Makai Collins. Check on Keyonte George, make sure he's all right. He took a really hard fall on the floor.
Yeah, no call. I mean, either way, just a lot of contact that didn't result in a call, and really a giveaway foul there by Thomba. He'd gotten off of his feet, was out of the play, figured the best he could do is make Collins go hit a couple of free throws. So far, that pays off. Yeah, there's that pick. And, you know, right in front of the official, looked at it, shook his head east and west.
Yep.
Play on. That's all you can ask, is that they watch the play and make the call. Didn't see an excessive contact there, so they did play on.
Tony Padilla, in, I would say, perfect position. Saw the play, no call. 2 free throws knocked down by Collins. 36-25, the Baylor lead. Under 5 minutes to play, first half. Flagler, the runner, left it short, right iron. Rebounded by Makai Collins. In a hurry up the floor, it's Micah Thomas. Left side 3, in and out by Spencer. And the ball out of bounds. Last touched by the Bears.
Even though George wasn't able to retrieve that, he is a willing rebounder. We said earlier that as many guards as Baylor's going to play, they've got 3 on the floor right now, and Bridges is sort of a guard. You've got to rebound from that spot. George has done it. Love very capable of getting 4 or 5 rebounds a game.
On the floor is Eduardo Del Cadilla. First time tonight we have seen him on the floor. 3-pointer straight away, rims out. Ojanwuna the rebound. The outlet to Flagler. Up the floor in a hurry for Keyonte George, and ball knocked out of bounds by Caleb Huffman.
Another good look at Ojanwuna. I just, again, John, I don't think he would have made that kind of play a month ago. It's a guy that's played right around 3 years of organized basketball. He is built for it. 6'10", 235, highly skilled, but has played a little bit with a little bit of hesitation because he doesn't completely understand the game. When he gets it figured out, he is going to be tough.
Fun to watch. He just soaks up that coaching like a sponge. Oh, nice pass. Oh, that was Keyonte George, the assist to Langston Love, and a foul.
Talk about threading the needle. I mean, that pass had no chance of working its way through those. Look at that. And right into the thick of it, and that's where Love, I mean, Love is 6'5", 210 pounds. Look at all the contact that he works his way through. Not only gets through it, gets a shot away, and is able to have a chance for a 3-point play. He gets it. That's a big dude, and really the more contact he gets, the more effective he is.
Third player in double figures scoring in the first half. Love has 11. He's 4 of 4 from the floor. And he's made the free throw. Decadia has the ball stripped by Bridges. Breakaway and no foul, but the ball out of bounds off of Nicholls, Caleb Huffman. Bears ball when we come back. 3:59 on the clock. First half. Baylor has their big
back problem, and you thought with little bit of time away, he'd be able to recover from that. But what we understand is a collision, or maybe with another player, or maybe with the floor, that got him out of commission for at least another game.
Inbounds, Flagler three, skips over the rim, no good. Rebound, Keyonte George. We're back to play. That shot that we showed at the end of the bench, pretty good team there, sitting, not available tonight. Jonathan Chumwa-Chachua, D'Antoine Grimes, and L.J. Cryer at the end of the Baylor bench.
Yeah, guys you're really pulling for. You know, Grimes, talked to one of the coaches, said Grimes is one of the fastest players he's ever coached.
Cat quick.
And you know, you look at the roster of Baylor players who have been redshirted, that's a pretty good club to be in.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's a Bart Vidal, that's a Davion Mitchell, I mean, Macy, go on and on and on. That's a good fraternity to be a part of.
Back to Corey Jefferson, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Played 1 year and then redshirted the second year, and benefits of that. Stepping out of bounds was Latrell Jones. Turnover, Nicholls.
Really good for Jean Winnet to get a lot of minutes in this game. They really wanted to accelerate his progress by the time Big 12 came around, and it's here.
Pass by Flagler to Lohner. Come back out with it. Flagler, the runner, no good. Loose ball, that's Langston Love. Head fake, shot up, blocked. Lohner put it up and left it short. Fight for the rebound, finally pulled down by Manny Littles.
Yeah, that's what, 4 or 5 attempts at the bucket in one trip. Couldn't get either of those to go.
Nice pass into the paint. Turnaround shot is no good by Makai Collins. Rebounded by Lohner. Here's Flagler to George. Pull up three, left it just short. Littles the rebound.
You know, that was a shot really early in the possession, and Coach Drew commented on that. He said, you know, those, I prefer not to have those, but if they go in, I don't care. And George has made more than his fair share, so he's got the green light.
Missed by Thomas, the follow by Spencer is no good. And a whistle and a foul. And it's on the Colonels. We'll walk to the other end. Baylor will shoot free throws.
One thing the Bears have done well tonight is get to the line, and they'll need to continue to do that. They've shot 10 free throws, looking at 11 and 12, maybe 11 and 12 here. But when you get into Big 12 play, John, when every game, for the most part, is a 1 or 2 possession game, you have to make free throws. And the Bears have been pretty good, but they don't matter unless you can shoot them really well, but if you don't get there, it doesn't matter. Bears have done a nice job of that the last few games.
This one is no good. It was the 1-and-1. Maybe a lane violation?
Was.
On the double bonus.
Yeah, Lohner needed an extra one. That's his first made free throw of the ball game. Bears have 3 different guys in double digits. 13 for George, 12 Flagler, Love with 11. And, you know, like you said, John, earlier, the depth of the Baylor guard, the backcourt anyway, it's just so impressive. I mean, Bonner can do that. Cryer can obviously do that. Some firepower back there.
Biggest lead of the night for the Bears grows to 16. Three-pointer in and out. Trell Jones had a good look at a 3 from the right wing. Here's Flagler for Baylor. Going to work. Drive. Alley-oop to Lohner off his hands. And stolen away by Nicholls.
You know, that has been Nicholls' best offense, is the ability to get it on the other end, whether it's off of a steal, forced turnover, or a rebound, and just get to the other end. These 3 guards, well, each of the 5 guards, players, but those 3 guards really accelerate the floor. Up the floor, you can see how quickly. And then Jones, a couple of dribbles, almost got the opportunity for a 3-point play, but that has been their best offense. That's why their points in the paint 3 times what Baylor has. 18-6 in that category. Nicholls leads.
Austin Clonch finds his team down by 16. Colonels, 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. They average 8.3 made threes per game, so been below their average here in the first half. They've made up for it with those points in the paint.
Yeah, and normally they score by forcing turnovers. The Bears have turned it over 6 times, not excessive. Their goal is 11 or less every game, but they force over 19 turnovers a game, get 21 points off of those turnovers. And when they're not able to do that, they lose a lot of their offense.
Wow, great assist. Langston Love to Caleb Lohner for the Bengals.
Yeah, great play. Each of those guards really comfortable in the lane, in pressure.
Becomes the biggest lead of the night for the Bears. 43-26, minute and a half to play in the first half. Going to be a foul on Flagler on the perimeter. At halftime, stay with us. Start a Big 12 play right around the corner. In fact, well, this Saturday, New Year's Eve, we'll look at some really impressive numbers for the Big 12. Can you imagine what we're in for in the Big 12 this year?
You know, I saw maybe today that Kansas already has 4 quadrant 1 wins.
Yeah.
Baylor with 2, I guess it is. Yeah. And I mean, there's more math to be done there, but it just gives you an idea again of how great the league is. And I'm talking top to bottom. I mean, Kansas State last year at the bottom of the barrel, 11-1 this year.
Yeah.
Coach Tang doing the job in Manhattan.
Well, 84% non-conference winning percentage. Really impressive. League games are coming fast, coming up beginning this Saturday. Big 12 men and women beginning Big 12 play. Nicholls already has a conference win. They are 1-0 in the league, a win over Southeastern Louisiana on December 15th. They'll resume Southland Conference play. Their next game after tonight, January 5th at A&M Commerce.
Pressure in the backcourt. 4 guys, as a matter of fact, and they get what they were hoping for. Quick steal. They raked the ball away from Love and a bucket at the other end. They had 4 guys at half court trying to get a steal, and they got it. Love just couldn't get it past the pressure.
Lohner trying to spot Keyonte George underneath. Shot it over his head and out of bounds.
Look at those 4 guys right there at half court. They didn't even concern themselves about what was happening behind them at the Baylor rim. Pretty good play. And again, if Nicholls can finish the first half with a couple of buckets and stay within striking distance, got to feel really pretty good about this, as well as Baylor shot the ball in the first half.
Nicholls 8th in the nation in steals per game. They had 17 in that game against Arizona earlier this year.
Be a foul on George, and I'm telling you, this is just what the doctor ordered for Nicholls to finish the half.
Lead was 17 for the Bears, I think, at the max. Now 13, and a couple of free throws coming for Latrell Jones.
Nicholls now with 7 points off of 8 Baylor turnovers, still way below their average. Just trying to survive a 3-point barrage from Baylor in the first half. Bears have made 8 of 15 and have been able to get to the free throw line. Those 2 things have really has been the 2 factors that have separated these 2 teams. Baylor done a nice job taking care of the ball.
Second free throw rolls off, no good. Ojanwuna allows Langston Love to get the rebound. Final 35 seconds of the half.
Wow.
Nice pass. Wow, is right.
You know, he was passing that ball. George was. The instant he caught it, he knew exactly where he was going with it. That's that anticipation, John, we were talking about earlier. What makes him a great passer is he anticipates so well, and that translates to the defensive side of the floor well. If you anticipate, you're going to be able to defend.
Nicholls will play for the final shot of the half. Set the play in motion. Back outside, 5 seconds to play. Ooh, the block was clean by Ojanwuna, but a foul prior to the block, I think, on Dale Bonner. Second personal on Bonner.
You know, I really like the way Nicholls puts pressure on the defense. I mean, they want the ball in the lane. They've made it 3 or 2 in the first half. In fact, they've made just 1. But their game is to get the ball with those big, strong, fast guards into the lane and challenge. They've been able to do that, particularly the last minute. They can make some free throws. Again, the lead is within striking distance at halftime.
This is Lance Amir Paul at the line. 1+. First one's good. He'll get the bonus. 3.9 seconds on the clock before halftime. Nicholls back-to-back Southland Conference champs. Trying to make it 3 in a row this year. It's second in the league in the preseason poll. Second one's no good. Here's Keyonte George, just inside midcourt. No good. Front iron. Would have been shocked it off. That had gone in.
Oh, no. I mean, he had every intention of that ball going in. Had a great first half regardless. 13 points. And really just put on a shooting exhibition in the play, the number 12 ranked team in the country.
All right, bet ready to begin the second half here in the Farrell Center. Baylor leads it by 14. Here's ball to begin the second half. Dale Bonner drops it in bounds to Flagler, and we are underway. Again, Baylor playing without L.J. Cryer tonight, out. Not available this evening. Ball movement by the Bears coming out. First possession of the second half. Bridges, 3 in the corner, no good. A good look at it for that bucket. Rebound, Latrell Jones.
Yeah, a really good look at it. He needs to get one down. He's just a 19% three-point shooter. Was able to make one Baylor's last game, but something that Baylor expected him to do better than he's done. He's played well in every other area. Just cannot buy a three.
Here's Spencer, drives in, layup, no good, but a tip-in is good by Merrick Nelson.
Yeah, these guys go hard to the offensive glass, too. They're not great in their sets, but when they can exploit their athleticism, as they did there, they go hard to the offensive glass.
2 more paint points, Pat.
That's right.
22 to 10, yeah. Flagler, mid-range jumper, shot no good. Foul on the rebound.
That's a pretty good play. I mean, what you do against a big guy when you're Pierce Spencer is, what, 6'1", 6'2", maybe. Flo Thamba 6'11", you take it right into his chest. Sounds a little counterintuitive, but you go right into his chest, sort of climb up him, draw the contact. Flo did a nice job not fouling him, but there was weak side offensive help for the putback.
Foul on Spencer on the defensive end. Bears get another opportunity. Nice pass, Flagler, the assist to Flo Thamba.
Yeah, another assist. Baylor now with 13 assists in the game on 15 made buckets. Team averaging right at 16 assists a game.
47-33, 14-point advantage for the Bears. Here's Jones dribbling on the perimeter, guarded by opposite number 11, Jalen Bridges. Now the switch. 4 seconds to go. Drive, layup is good. Pierce Spencer again got to the rim.
That's their best offense. Is just dribble, drive. You know, it's the drive, draw, deliver. That time he didn't have anybody to deliver it to because nobody really ever made Spencer change directions. And another layup in back-to-back possessions for Nicholls.
Keyonte George trying to bounce it in traffic to Jalen Bridges. Knocked out of bounds by Merrick Nelson. Will stay with the Bears. 12 on the shot clock.
A couple buckets early for Nicholls, which is really what they needed to do. 14-point deficit at halftime. Got to start chipping away at it.
Inbounds to Thamba. Bonner a 3. No good. Left iron. Loose ball. Latrell Jones runs it out. Lead pass ahead. Layup by Caleb Huffman.
And that's 3 layups for Nicholls in the second half. Now 24 points in the paint. And it's a 10-point ball game. Baylor again slow to defend its bucket. Baylor slow and Nicholls really fast.
They've hit their last 3 shots from the floor to close within 10. Thamba to George. They'll drive, strip to the ball. Here's Snyder, pass ahead. Layup is good. Scott Drew wants a timeout right here. Spencer, nice pass. And Nicholls has outscored Baylor.
And in this one, the 6-0 run, they've shot 3 layups, John, and a couple of them in transition. They now have 14 fast break points. Baylor with just 2. And we said before the game, they're really not great in their half-court sets. But if they can get it in transition, and if they can get you to turn it over, they can really score.
Little pressure in the backcourt. Bears break it nicely, and Dale Bonner then is bumped. Foul is on, I think, Spencer. No, maybe it's on Huffman. Not a shooting foul. Bears will inbound with 3 minutes into the second half. Baylor leads it by 8. 14-point Baylor lead at halftime. Keyonte George jumper baseline right, no good. And a foul, and Flo Thamba going for the rebound.
You know, his thing has been offensive rebounding. He's a really good rebounder, but he has almost as many offensive rebounds as he does defense. Ball's up for grabs, and he, pretty aggressive, and I think pushed his way into rebounding position. Got a foul to give, not a bad way to give it. Normally a really good offensive rebounder.
In the paint, Banker is good. 2 more paint points, these 2 by Manny Littles.
Yeah, that's 30 now for Nicholls. And in the second half, John, they've an 8-0 run. Have missed just 1 shot in the second half.
47-39. I'm sorry, 47-41. The lead is cut to 6. Thamba outside to Flagler, who splashes the 3.
That's a nice assist from Thamba. That wasn't easy to do. When he got the ball in the low post, because he's turnover prone, there was a lot of weak side help, and he immediately looked at the perimeter to Flagler.
3-pointer no good. Ball dished ahead to Keyonte George. Oh, and the ball knocked out of bounds. It's off the leg of Keyonte George and over to the perimeter.
Just a great play. I mean, in the open floor. I mean, George in the open after having trailed by as many as 17 with 1:44 to go in the first half.
Yeah, my initial thought when you think paint points, you think great post play. You know, big guys down low scoring points. But for Nicholls, it's been more on the fast break layups. They are outscoring Baylor 14-2 in fast break points in this game. Baylor gets the steal. Flagler misses, and Nicholls comes away with it.
Yeah, really nice play by Flagler. Baylor comes away empty-handed. Love with an opportunity to rebound and put back, but just weren't able to capitalize. Needed that one out of the break.
Steal by Langston Love. Starts the break the other way. Keyonte George has it swatted out of bounds, but he is fouled. George is fouled by Pierce Spencer.
You know, when George gets it that close to the rim, he's thinking at least a trip to the free throw line. He's looking for contact. He got it. And we saw in the first half in particular his ability to get up into the lane, up into the air in the lane, maintain his balance, take contact, and finish. So into the lane he goes. Defender really did a nice job, I thought, stepping up, making sure, I think that was Spencer, staying outside of the semicircle. Block charge is a tough call. That time it went to George, and he gets his first free throw down.
A little blood on the back of Keontae's jersey, but maybe not, or they would address that issue. A couple of free throws there. Fallon Spencer was his second of the night. Couple of free throws. Lob down low, ball knocked away and stolen by Keyonte George.
Yeah, the big guy brought it down, and Flagler was right there to take it from him. When he brought the ball to his knees, it was fair game.
Flagler and George play catch around the perimeter. Runner by Flagler. Tough shot is up and in for the Baylor senior.
Yeah, really tough shot. Not only can he make threes, but his mid-range game is outstanding. Good example of it there.
Bears with a 7-0 run of their own to build the lead back to 47-39. There's a drive along the baseline for the bucket. That is good.
That guy is a jet. That's Jones along the baseline. Really quick first step, and then just the ability to explode along the baseline and finish right at the rim with his left hand. It's a really, really good player.
A little cramping in his left calf as he comes back down the floor. Oh, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Keyonte George. Guarded closely by Latrell Jones.
Yeah, good example of what we were just talking about. His athletic ability, ability to move quickly, and that time he really just ate up space as he was guarding George, I think it was. Just took any space away from him. When you're that quick and you move so well laterally, you can get right up in the uniform of the guy you're guarding. Individual play by Jones gets the ball back for his team, down just 8.
George to the bench, Flo Thamba to the bench, Josh Ojanwuna is back on, and Caleb Lohner is on.
Looking at the wrong scoreboard. They're not in sync here in the Farrell Center. Let's call it 11 and not 8.
I want to say 11, yeah.
Let's go 11.
Scoreboards in the vomitories have frozen.
Yeah, that one shows 17:06. So let's turn our attention towards maybe the main scoreboard.
All right, here we go back to play. Nicholls ball. Baylor leads by 11, 54-43. People at home, Pat, are saying, what are you talking about? It's right there on the screen.
That's right. Just pay attention.
When you've got multiple scoreboards to look at here. Drive, blocked by Ojanwuna. And it's off the head of Micah Thomas. He's standing out of bounds. Love that defensive play by Josh Ojanwuna.
And again, a guy that hadn't been playing long, but he did that like an old pro.
Yeah.
I mean, look at his hand, straight up and down. Nothing fancy. He's got a 7'6" wingspan. Just be long.
Yeah.
And make him shoot over length. Really good play by the true freshman.
And the next level there is to block shots, but keep the ball in bounds.
Yep.
I just swat him out of bounds, and it goes back to the other team.
That's the Brian Skinner approach. Remember that?
Oh,
boy,
man.
Nobody did that.
Oh, he was so good at that. Brian Skinner. Love the Lohner. Baseline jumper left it short. Rebounded by Caleb Huffman.
It's really not his thing. Lohner looking to pass and really looking for the ball to go up so he can go chase it more than trying to get a shot off.
John would have fouled on the rebound attempt. Fouled by Manny Littles, it looks like. Crawford confirms. Second personal on Littles.
It's not a real deep Nicholls team. They're old, but they're not real deep. I mean, the guys that they play have been around a long time. But you wonder at what point in the game does that become a bit of a factor?
Love misses on the three, but then he is plowed over. He'll get 3 free throws coming. The foul is on Micah Thomas, his first.
It's another guy, I mean, has given the Bears really all they can handle in the second half. They've outscored the Bears 12-9. Trailed by 11, 13:06 to play.
All right, 3 free throws coming for Langston Love. Fouled in the act of shooting a 3. First one is good. Love on the year, 81% at the free throw line.
Got a really good looking free throw. And John, time a year ago, tore his ACL, has been playing with a brace and been in recovery all that time. Took his brace off about 3 games ago, and it's made all the difference in the world.
Oh, huge difference, isn't it? He just seems quicker. He seems lighter. He just seems more free. What you'd expect playing without a brace. Love still has not missed a shot from the floor tonight. 4 of 4 from the field and 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Bears come away with the loose ball.
Tough shot by Bonner. But, you know, he's the guy that when the Bears really need the ball in the lane, you hear the Baylor coaches talk about paint touches. Dale Bonner knows how to get a paint touch. And sometimes you get the added bonus of making yourself a threat to score, get fouled, get to the free throw line, where he's been pretty good at the line this season. He's at 79%. Look at a couple here.
For his first points of the night, and there it is. First one this evening. But boy, Bonner's one of those guys that you don't just look at points scored to see his complete contributions to the team.
That's right. Far and away the team leader in steals per ball game. And when he's needed to produce offense, he's done it. But his sweet spot is the defensive end of the floor, where he's really been good. Best on-the-ball defender on the Baylor lineup.
Tough shot by Lance Amir Paul. Shot is good, and the foul is on Caleb Lohner, so a chance at a 3-point play. for Nicholls.
Again, right into the lane, over Lohner, over Ojanwina. That's pretty good. I mean, that guy's about 5'11". Another paint point. Talked about the disparity. 34-12 now. Nicholls, wow. 34 points in the paint to Baylor's 12. And that's their chance.
That's kind of twofold. I mean, that's a lot for Nicholls, but it's much fewer for Baylor than we normally see.
Very much so. Even though the Bears are going to score from the perimeter, those guards have been pretty good at getting it into the paint.
Free throw's good, 58-46. 12-point Baylor lead nearing the 12-minute mark. There is Bonner, didn't travel, gets the ball away to Flagler, puts it up, no good, back iron. Run out by Micah Thomas. The pass to Jones, shot no good. Nicholls still very aggressively going after those loose balls. Three straightaway is no good, but a foul on Pierce Spencer. Fouls Lohner going for the rebound.
Yeah, you can tell these guys just really are shooting it up there and chasing it. They're so athletic. Sometimes their best offense is just playing. Earlier this year, they are the real deal.
Yeah. Not coincidentally, 3 of the 4 Final Four teams a couple of years ago when Baylor won it.
Right.
UCLA was the other one. Caleb Lohner at the free throw line for the Bears. Shot is no good. He won't get the bonus. Manny Littles, the 6'7", 50-year senior, has the rebound. Baylor by 12. Goes on the perimeter, gets the return pass, knocked away and stolen by Keyonte George.
That's the anticipation we were talking about. He's a great passer, and he's also a great defender because of his ability to anticipate, like he's doing right there, where the play is going.
Pass to Ojanwina, kicks it out to Love, shot no good, and the rebound pulled down by Latrell Jones. On the perimeter, Micah Thomas gets the ball away. Littles into the corner. Three-pointer rims out, a miss by Jones, a rebound by Lohner.
Really good defense. Ojanwina pushed that to the sideline, which is what he's taught to do, and that's tough against a guy like Jones, who's got the ability to just blow right past you.
Keyonte George puts his head down, drive, layup, no, tip. Ojanwina didn't get a good handle on that tip in. There's a pass and a turnover by Nicholls.
And you can tell Baylor's been talked to by the bench about getting back and defending their bucket. Fast break points, heavily favored Nicholls. First 6 or 7 minutes of the second half, it's a different story now.
Ojanwina is fouled on the shot. Manny Littles whistled for the personal. You know, Pat, thinking about this game and the scheduling by the Baylor coaches, they had about 4 days off for Christmas, came back, started practice on Monday, the 26th, played tonight, the 28th, and then play at Iowa State to open league play on Saturday. Almost imperative that you come back and you play a game, don't you think, after a break for Christmas?
I think so. I mean, they came back after finals, played a game a little bit rusty out of the gate. Didn't necessarily anticipate that, but it's nice to have an opportunity to get back into the flow, get that different level of intensity back. And so I think this is a must game. And Coach Drew was saying a week or 10 days ago, John, don't take this one for granted. This is a really good basketball team, and we've seen what he meant because they've been really good within 12 with 10 minutes to go in the ball game. So, yeah, they needed this one. You can't go to Hilton Coliseum after a, 4 or 5 day layoff. You just can't do it.
Well, conversely, Iowa State, they had a game right before Christmas canceled. They were supposed to play Omaha on the 21st. I can't remember if that was weather or COVID-related. I think weather, but it was canceled on the 21st. So Iowa State did not have a game scheduled this week, and so they'll play Baylor on Saturday, not having played in 13 days.
Ooh.
Their last game was December 18th.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So regardless, you're rusty. I mean, you just are. You go from playing at a higher level. You know, you just cannot replicate game speed in practice. You can't do it. And so we'll see what happens, but they will have 14,500 fans
yes, they will.
in the arena.
Doesn't matter what the weather is.
No, that'll help.
We'll fill it up.
Oh,
Trell Jones met at the rim by Josh Ojanwuna. Langston Love the layup at the other end.
That's an incredible play. And again, John, this is a guy that hasn't been playing very long, but just to anticipate and to do all of that work without fouling on the shot is very impressive.
That was a beautiful sequence there, the defensive play and then the layup at the other end.
And on that one, John, all he did was alter the shot. Wasn't going to be able to block it, but he made the Nicholls shooter shoot over that 7'6" wingspan.
Now he gets the pass here in the bucket. Keyonte George the assist to Josh Ojanwuna.
And Ojanwuna now understands when he's on the floor and George has the ball, get your hands up and cut and be ready because you're going to catch it.
How great is that? Another assist for George. That's number 5 on the night for him. Swatting at the ball again is Big Josh. The rebound by Lohner. Up the floor to George. Oh, and he missed the dunk, and he got his own miss. I had to pass it underneath, and it's knocked out of bounds off Ryan Maxwell.
You know, at the other end, Ojanwuna jogs up to, okay, here we go. Here's the weak side. Ojanwuna with the block and avoiding contact with the body, and the Bears get a bucket at the other end because of it. Really good play, and as Ojanwuna ran up the floor, he was tugging at his jersey saying, I might need a break here pretty quick. But he's still out there.
Bears put the ball back in play. And Lowe's shot no good. Ball kicked around, literally. And Bonner up with the loose ball to Josh. He'll dunk it for the Bears. Crowd loves it in the Farrell Center.
Del Bonner was the guy that got on the floor, wrestled the ball away from Nicholls, and chunked it up the floor to Ojanwuna. Good play by Bonner. There it is, about a 55-foot pass. Pretty easy for the true freshman.
And about 9 points and 8 rebounds for the freshman Ojanwuna.
Yeah, just getting better every time he plays. More minutes, a little bit of a progression each time he plays. And I'm thinking, John, this is about where they wanted him to be at the start of Big 12 play, which is Saturday.
Here's Spencer, the follow-up bucket is good for 2, 65-48. A rally by the Bears while Nicholls has hit just one of their last 8 shots. Keyonte George knifes in. Stripped of the ball, but fouled. It's going to be on Pierce Spencer, I believe his 4th tonight. Timeout on the floor. Bears lead over Nicholls.
Leader, that now we've gone to 3:23.
You can appreciate it as much or more than anybody.
Oh, and I love it. Believe me, I love it.
Jared Nunes, Alvin Brooks III, Don Jacobs, Bill Peterson. High Beard on that Baylor bench. Great staff. Fun to watch those guys work in concert with each other. Everybody knows their job. Everybody does their job. And the result has been a whole lot of winning for Baylor basketball. Keyonte George, couple of free throws.
Yep, he's got 17 out. Just 4 in the second half after he just lit it up in the first.
Steal by Bonner on the inbounds. The tip to George, and he's fouled. Boy, that would have been a spectacular play had that ball gone down. But Dale Bonner, boy, he has a knack for steals.
Yeah, it's 27 now on the season, and that is far and away the team leader in steals. He just has a knack for it. He's so quick to the ball. He closes out every passing lane. He's so disruptive, a lot of disruptions on the defensive end. And that's really, I think, what he's there to do. If he brings you offense, which he has consistently this year, it's a little bit of icing on the cake. But as I said earlier, there's no better on-the-ball defender on this team than Del Bonner.
George right back at the free throw line. First one's no good. Second one is right down the middle. 20-point lead for the Bears. 7:47 to play. Biggest lead of the night now at 20 points. It's Tyrese Terrell out there for Nicholls. I believe the first time we've seen him tonight. Terrell on the feed from Merrick Nelson. Drive, reverse layup, no good. Keyonte George the rebound. And the outlet to Flagler. To Flo Thamba in the paint. Shot no good, but a foul, and Flo Thamba will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, where he's really struggled, just 45% from the line. And he gets there more than anybody else. I mean, coming into the game, taking 36 free throw attempts, the team leader. So he's leaving some points at the free throw line. See if he can get a couple here. That one, let's talk about the progression of Josh Ojanwuna. 3 of 4 at the free throw line. He's about a 66% free throw shooter. And because he shoots free throws so well, he's going to be able to play even more and earlier this season. In Big 12 play.
We have had more lane violations tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the deal is. But it'll wipe out that second free throw by Thamba. 1 of 2, I guess officially 1 of 1. Nicholls has missed 8 of their last 9 shots from the floor. There's a foul on Lohner as he gets in the space of Merrick Nelson in that cylinder.
Nicholls was going to make a run. Well, they did make a run to start the second half. Outscored Baylor 10-2. And got it, I believe, with an 8 at one point. And again, just the explosive ability to score in bunches from the Baylor guards. We've seen it on display.
Really close to a 5-second call there, but Nicholls gets the ball back in. 7:07 on the clock. 3-pointer, no. Loose ball on the rebound, tipped right to Adam Flagler. Boy, it's great to have Flagler back and healthy. Boys to Flagler around the perimeter, now to Lohner on the baseline. Drives in, stepped on the out-of-bounds line, turnover Bears.
Yeah, again, it's just not his comfort zone. There's really no reason to dribble it there unless he's going to take it to the rim. Time he was backing somebody down, but I believe it was Thamba already in the low post. Just a little bit in no man's land, wasn't sure what he was going to do with it. And he'll take a break.
Pressure in the backcourt by the Bears. Inbounded to Micah Thomas, who jets into the front court. And the alley-oop attempt to Latrell Jones overshot him out of bounds.
Yeah, just a timing problem because I promise you Jones was high enough to retrieve it and do something with it.
So the Bears have it back, leading 69-48. 6.5 minutes to go in this game.
Wow.
Oh, nice pass. That's Bonner again to Jalen Bridges for the jam.
And that's 5 assists on the evening for Dale Bonner. Just such a selfless player. Just wants to do whatever he can do. It's primarily play defense and distribute the ball like he's doing right here.
That was a block by Bridges on the defensive end. Bears give it back. 3-pointer left side, skips over the rim. Flagler has it. A bucket by Bridges last time down. He becomes the last player that's played to score in this game. So everybody that has seen the floor has scored. And a whistle and a foul. It's on Tyrese Terrell.
Here goes Bonner into the lane and just, again, anticipating where Bridges is going to be. We call that passing him open. I mean, he was going to the bucket, no question. But even if he wasn't, Bonner was going to put it there and make him go get it because he saw the opportunity that Bridges had. It's a big-time pass.
In the double bonus, 2 free throws coming for Flagler. 13-2, make it 14-2 run by the Bears over the last 4 minutes. Really starting to open it up here in the second half.
When's the last time Flagler has been 1 for 3 at the line?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen, does it?
Yeah, 87.5% coming in.
17 points tonight, looking for 18 right here for Flagler. He's got it. Keyonte George to the bench. Langston Love on the floor. Keyonte pat on the backside from Coach Scott Drew.
How about these numbers from Love? 16 points, 3 rebounds in the game.
And he's done it from all over the floor.
Yeah, he has. Looks really, really comfortable and really looks is hungry to play.
Bonner open for a 3, and he splashes it from the right corner.
Again, he's not a guy that is going to run its offense through. but he's been very effective offensively, pretty selective about what he takes. He's more of a distributor than a shooter, but he's quite capable. You saw the three from the deep corner.
Rolled the dice by Bonner, went home to Ohio over Christmas. And you know all those stories about just travel nightmares over the last few days. He made it back and made it back safely in time for practice on Monday.
It's another guy who has really made the progression. You talk about, you know, the smaller school transfer. It's really the path that Flagler has forged. Presbyterian to Baylor, have a year off, get better. Bonner's followed the same route, and I think he's really on that same kind of progression. He's become a completely different player than he was this time of year.
Oh, he's such a key out there. Flagler goes for the steal, can't get it. Last touched by Flagler. So it'll stay with Nicholls with 8 on the shot clock.
The Bears playing some defense in this game. Nicholls at 48 with 4:58 to play. Last 4 games, the Bears have kept their opponents low, 63, 57, 59, 48. So maybe the defense has come around a little bit.
That is a charge drawn by Flagler. It's going to be on Pierce Spencer. That may be 5 on Spencer. He'll go to the bench for the night.
The Bears have just so much firepower and the ability to separate by making threes in bunches, and the ability to get an 8-0, 10-0 run. Right now they're in the midst of a 10-0 run over the last 3 minutes, 4 seconds, 17-2 run over the last 5 minutes. It's just that ability that I think distinguishes them from some of the other teams in the league even. So explosive.
Bridges fouled at the bucket. Rough shooting night for Nicholls beyond the arc. They're 1 of 13. Here's the foul, Pat.
Yeah, Bridges just going baseline, and Jones knew it when he did it. In fact, he reached over and gave Bridges hand off the floor. Bridges at the free throw line has been good. He's been very active. First free throw is good. So really, as you look at his stats, John, the only thing he has not done well is shoot the three. And he's done that very poorly. He's just at 19%. But you just at some point feel like that's going to come around, because at a career, on a career level, 35, 36%, he's going to make some threes. But otherwise, he's been great.
Yeah, history would tell you he is a better three-point shooter than he has shown so far this year. Just waiting for that to come around, that part of his game to come around. That was going to be on Caleb Huffman, on Austin on whatever day that is, midweek, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Then they come here. They're not going back to Manhattan. They're coming right to Waco. So they're looking for a spot for the Jerome Tang Coaches Show. And I said, hey, we do a show at Rudy's here in Waco. We can set you up there. Said, we'll fix you up only if we can have a front row seat for the Coaches College show.
Well, I'd love to go see him.
Would it be fun?
I'd love to go see him.
You know, and there's so many people here in Waco that love Coach Tang and respect him so much. If they did it out at a place like that, they'd probably get a good crowd.
I think they would. And in fact, he'll get a very warm reception on the 7th when they come in, and that'll last about a minute, and then it will be war.
That's right.
Absolute warfare.
Then pat him on the back at the end of the night.
John made the point a minute ago, but Bears repeating. The Bears have been really good defensively the last 4 games, and right now Nicholls stuck at 48 with 4 minutes to play. But against Gonzaga, Bears gave up 63, 57 against Carleton. Washington State scored just 59, Northwestern 48. The Bears needed to take a step defensively after the Marquette loss, and it appears they've done that.
Wow. Drive shot, no good, but tipped up and in. Latrell Jones will get credit for the tip in for Nicholls. Jones 18 on the night for the Colonels, and add that rebound to his total. 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists right now for Latrell Jones.
Well, this is a team, South in the Southland Conference picked to win it, Nicholls, and that's really where they've gotten to be as a program. The team expected more years than not to win the championship. The next step for them is to get to the NCAA tournament, NIT, for the first time in program history last year. What a job Austin Claunch has done.
Would not be surprised at all to look up in March and see these Colonels in the NCAA tournament.
Could be there. Absolutely could. I mean, this team athletically, Don, is on par with the Big 12. What they lack is a really big quality big man that they can play through offensively and protects the rim at the other end. But athletically, their guards are right there with anybody.
Really good guards. Got that veteran aura about them. Flagler drives in. How about that acrobatic shot by Flagler?
Yeah, started on one side of the basket, delayed it as he floated to the other side of the basket. Somehow got a shot away and got it to go down.
Drive, bucket, good, and a foul, and a chance at a three-point play for Caleb Huffman.
So he up in the air and then drifts to the other side. The defense commits as he's on that side, and then he drifts to the other.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you, he read that one like a book. But not only did he find himself an open shot, he had to make it, maneuver his body, maintain balance, get where he could kiss it off the glass, which he did. Amazing how easy those guys make that look.
There goes Langston Love, Flo Thamba, and Jalen Bridges to the Baylor bench. Josh Ojanwuna is back on. Zach Loveday is on for the first time tonight. And Jordan Turner is out there. Jordan's been battling a bad wrist for really most of the season. And it's nice to see Jordan back to the point where he can get some minutes on the floor.
I just don't think he's ever gotten that completely healed. Sprained it or something. He just fell on it wrong. But it's really been painful.
Pass deflected. Jordan Turner with the ball in his hands. Extra pass to Ojanwuna. Stolen away by Lansamir Hall. Quick three from the corner is no good. Keyonte George collects the rebound. With 2:20 to go, Bears up big, 80-53 on Nicholls. George for three, and nice and easy, another three. Bears now have two players over 20 points tonight. First time since the win over Tarleton on December 6th.
And that is, you said nice and easy. Look how nice and easy. I mean, that is so comfortable, and he is a long ways out. That's about 24 feet, and it's just a flick of the wrist, and it's with so much confidence. He knows that thing is going in when it leaves his hand.
21 by George. His career high is 23. Bears extend the lead to 30 over Nicholls. 14-point Baylor lead at halftime. With the win, Bears going to run their record to 10-2 on the year. Nicholls will drop to 6-7, playing a really tough schedule. And a whistle and a foul, and of course, who else would it be but Jordan Turner goes to the ground.
Yeah, there's some question about who delivered the last blow or the heaviest blow. I'm not sure. There's a lot of contact. And net result is Turner will shoot a couple of free throws. It'd be a nice win, John, for the Bears. Up by 30 now, minute 52 to play. They will have beaten a really good basketball team and needed to get this one under their belts as they get ready to go Ames, Iowa on Saturday.
That was on Eduardo Del Cadia. Turner looking for his first point since he's only played in one game this year. That was the Tarleton game on December 6th. Had 5 points. I'm sorry, 5 minutes in that game. 1 point. This is on the free throw. Bears have it back. A minute 34 to go. George spots Jordan Turner. Just waiting for him to break on that baseline. And a three is good. Left side by Jalen White. White, the junior from Pasadena. That'll be it for Keyonte George, who'll go to the bench with a 21-point night. That's not the whole story for Keyonte George. 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, Pat.
Well, we said before the game, John, this guy knows how to fill up a stat sheet, and he's done that. Just another night for him. I mean, not only does he score, but he gets rebounds, he gets assists, he gets steals, and a lot of things that don't even show up in the box score.
Jake Youngkin is on, the junior from Loveland, Ohio. Ball knocked around. Jordan Turner tracks it down. Final minute of the game. Entry pass to Ojanwuna off his hands and out of bounds.
I think he's ready. Talk about Ojanwuna. I mean, I really think, John, one of the primary goals of the coaching staff was to get him ready to really contribute, protect the rim, make free throws, alter shots on the floor by Big 12 play. And we're here, and I think he's there. He's absolutely ready.
He's had a lot of minutes tonight, significant minutes. Gets the steal here. Youngkin from the corner is short. Ojanwuna picks it up and puts it in for 2 more. 20 seconds to play. Only thing in question now is the final score. 3 no good. Ojanwuna the rebound. Ojanwuna a career-high 11 points and 10 rebounds. A double-double for Josh Ojanwuna tonight. The Bears win it 85-56, pulling away in the second half. Watch out, here comes Big 12 play on Saturday.